Hi, I'm Luch Zanirato from Zani Realty, and today I'm going to be walking you through this ultra premium modern home. This property sits on a lot size of 376 square meters, and the floor space is at 450 square meters. I'm very excited to show this one to you guys, so let's go. So I'd like to start off by walking you through the outside of the house. I love that you're greeted by this huge boulder. I'm a big fan of using natural materials, so it's great that they used this natural boulder to greet you as you come into the property. As we step into the house, you can see that you have this wooden slats. These are made of solid narra wood, and you're greeted by this huge, almost 4-meter high entrance door, made of a variety of hardwood material. And I know this was made by a talented woodworker called Agi Pagkatibunan. Very nicely made, and you can see it's really solid wood. Very nicely done. A special feature about this entrance door that I want to share is that it's actually a smart lock. So if you open up this, you'll see that it actually has a battery. And what it does is that the owner of the house can automatically unlock or lock this via mobile app, which I think is super cool. So, all right, so we're just gonna lock this here the old-fashioned way. This home is a smart home, and you can see right here, you have the control, and from here you can control the music from your sound system. You can also look at and control all the lights you can see here in the house. And if you want, like at 5 or 6 p.m., if you want certain lights to turn on, you can automate it from here as well. You can also operate it from a mobile phone. I think that's super, super cool. So as we enter the house, you'll see that we're immediately greeted by these sleek 60 by 120 cm tiles. Like you can see that they're matte and they continue up to the floor. And you can see up the ceiling, the continuation of these beautiful solid narrow ceilings. Another thing that I want you guys to appreciate here is the lighting systems they used. Let's start off with these drop lights, these beautiful drop lights that start off from these two centers and they network their way down. They all come out in different levels, and I think in and of itself, this is like an art installation acting as a lighting system. We also have these track lights. These are super premium track lights that you can move. So depending if you want to put some artwork on the walls and they're not centered to the lights, you can easily move the lights down to the artwork you want to feature. I think this is a very nice touch from the interior design of the owners. We have now here our living area. This is a sunken living area. And you can see all the woodwork here was done by the same artisan that made our entrance door. All the furniture here, all the couches were custom made to fit into this area. So very comfortable seats. It's just a really elegant way to host. It's made to all face each other, so it makes for a more engaging atmosphere and environment when you have guests over, which I think is pretty cool. Now, so next up I want to show you is this powder room, which is also equally impressive. It opens up to your super high ceiling. This is about 4 meters plus. The mirrors that go up, these are tinted mirrors. We have your smart toilet, urinal. You have these beautiful tiles, huge, huge tiles. Each one, I believe, costs over 60,000 pesos. And it leads you up to this solid marble stone from Italy. It's quite the piece. I've tried knocking around if there's any hollow spots, and you could see that it's just one big, solid, beautiful piece of marble. Very impressive. So if I haven't mentioned it yet, one of the things I love about this open area space is the ceiling height. So this is 5 meters high, which gives this whole space, an airy and very maluwag na feel. Another thing I think is worth noting about these ceilings is that they were left unfinished, and they were left unfinished on purpose by the owners, because when they saw how it looked, all it needed was a bit of polishing and it looked super great. No? And the reason why they left it as is because this entire home, from the foundation to the walls to the ceilings, to the roof is all used with reinforced concrete. So what does this mean? It means that no hollow blocks were used in the making of this house. They just put the formworks in, they poured in the concrete, it hardened, so this is one big solid piece of a house. So I know they talk about forever homes, but this is literally a home that can last forever. Another good detail that I really like, and it's just a common theme throughout the house, is the textures. No? And I was told that the inspiration for the entrance door was actually this wall. So I'm a huge fan of texture, and look at this beautiful Italian porcelain tiles. Look at like the 3D effect. No? So what do you think about textured tiles, these 3D looks? No? Let me know in the comments below. Now, as we walk through the living area and move into the dining space, one thing you can't deny and you can't unsee and you can't unnotice is this gorgeous Patagonia wall. Now, there are a lot of imitations out there, and I can guarantee you this is the real deal. So what makes Patagonia stone so special? Aside from it being really rare and quite expensive, is that each slab piece is unique. So these are quarried from South America. I'm quite pleased to see that they were able to transport huge slabs all the way here in one piece. And it's just a sight to see it. It just adds this striking and luxurious feel to this space. So as we move along from the dining area, and I really like that how it moves seamlessly from from living area to dining and now the kitchen. You can see that they use the same reinforced concrete here to build up the base of the countertop, and they use these nice LED lights. I like it. Gives us a nice striking feel to this kitchen area. Here they've used all premium brands. For the induction, they use Smeg as well for the oven. Yeah, one nice feature about this induction is the exhaust comes out from the middle. Isn't that fantastic? This is also a really nice piece. This is a German-made cabinetry. The mechanisms are all very premium, all soft close. We have as well this integrated fridge right here. Also, very nice touch are all the lighting fixtures that are hidden to guide you when you open up the cabinetry. All soft close, very premium, very high quality stuff. All right, here to the side of the kitchen, you have this very cute pocket garden. So if you're the type that likes to spend some time alone during the start of the day, having your coffee, having a bit of breakfast, planning out your day, this is a great spot just to contemplate, reflect, plan, dream. So this is a really nice touch from the owners. So we're done with the ground floor. Now it's time to check out the bedrooms upstairs. Follow me. So as we're approaching the stairs, you can see the same reinforced concrete throughout the staircase and into the walls. Very elegantly finished, so it's actually a nice touch that they kept this reinforced concrete for the stairs. And if you look at these railings, these handrails, these were handcrafted, and I was told that they were actually inspired by the dining chair legs. So do check that out. This is a really cool detail. So as we're approaching the second floor, you'll see that the flooring used here is a high-end engineered type of wood. I really like the shade of brown. It has a very natural shade to it. And here on the walls, you'll see that we have these natural sandstone blocks. No? So I'll say it again, these aren't tiles, these are blocks. These are about 4 inches thick, and I love the texture on this. No? I generally love the texture throughout the whole house so far. I think it just adds an additional element when you have textures like this running throughout the house. And you'll continue to see this in certain parts. Some other things to note about this second floor is you have this very cool modern chandelier. And right here immediately, you can see we have a good amount of floor-mounted outlets. And this just tells us there's enough space here to add sort of like a common area where the family can gather, whether it be a study area or a secondary living area where everyone can hang out, watch a bit of TV. So this is really up to your imagination what you want to do in this area. But great detail that they allotted for these floor-mounted outlets. Cool. Okay, so let's take you through the first room. This was originally actually intended to be a storage area. But if you ask me, since there's an aircon installed here, this can actually very well be also a mini office, a study area, you know, or just a room where you can keep some valuable things that need to be in aircon. But yeah, this is a pretty cool spot where you can put in a small office, if you ask me. Okay, as we enter through the first bedroom, you can see that all the bedroom doors are finished, really elegantly varnished Tangila doors. We've same engineered wood from the common areas to these bedrooms. I really like that the bedroom has its own balcony. So you can see that from the floor to ceiling, sliding door and windows, you have lots of light. Always nice to have lots of light in a room. This also opens up to this sort of walk-in, semi-open walk-in closet area that can also double as a study area or work area. Very utilitarian in that sense, but also very beautifully done. And it opens up to this very, very nicely done bathroom with the darker toned tiles, but with the natural sort of textures that is very premium in feel. We've got 2 universal outlets, so you never run out of charging stations or places to put your like shaver, automatic shaver and stuff. All the fixtures are premium brands. They're using Duravit here. Very good taste. Even the shower enclosures are well made. They have the crevice for the shampoo, your soaps, everything you need to shower in without having to put the racks. No, I think that makes it very cleanly finished. Very nicely done, this bathroom. So before we head on to the next bedroom, and I love sharing these little small premium details because not every home has it, is like, for example, look at these switches. The lights go on and off. They're not your usual on-off type. So very intuitive to use. And the outlets as well. Every outlet I've seen in the house so far has a universal component to the outlet. So that makes it super convenient, especially if you have universal plugs, which you need to get an extension cord for. You don't need this in this house. So very cool, very cool. So I've been talking about little details here and there. If you come closer, I'd like you guys to check out this detail on the door and the jambs. So normally you see door jambs, they extend out 3-4 inches, and that's usually the standard depth of the door jamb. The door jambs in this house go out through the entire span of the concrete slab, including this natural sandstone block. So this is a special custom-made bespoke door jamb, including the doors. So it's very, very elegant. So on to bedroom number 2. And you'll see a similar style bed, just in a different color. And if I could open the curtains so we get more light in. This bedroom also has its own balcony, which is a great touch. So all the bedrooms have their own balcony. So everyone, at the start of the day, if you want to get some fresh air, you can easily go out, enjoy some sun and some fresh air from your own balcony. We have the TV console here, if you want to put a TV right in front of the bed. So that's already all set up for you. Also here, another cool feature is your light switches. Look at these light switches. Have you ever seen anything like that? Pretty cool. And if you want to turn them back on, and here you have your really nicely appointed walk-in closet. All the cabinetry fixtures are imported. You can see you still have some towels in here. And you have a nice dresser here. If you want to use this to put on, for the ladies to put on makeup or to just do some work or some studies, you have this area, which is a very nice touch. Here you have the brighter colored tiles that represent sort of like a limestoney sort of color. It gives you off a very natural sort of vibe now, which is always nice to have in a bathroom. The texture on the floors is a little bit different from the textures on the walls. I just sensed it from stepping on it. It's anti-skid. So really good when you're stepping out of the shower and you're a bit wet, you're a bit scared to maybe have a bit of slip. So this will definitely prevent any slips and falls. Very nice. All right. Now, last but not the least, let's head on to the master's bedroom. Here you can see all the time, reinforced concrete on the walls. Very nice. Adds this just unique texture to the house. Okay, so here we are in the master's bedroom, and one thing that comes to mind here is just warmness. You have all these natural materials that are exposed and so well positioned and executed how they were installed. We have your natural sandstone blocks as the backboard. We have your solid narra ceilings here all throughout, and you'll see them as well in the walk-in closet all throughout in the bathroom. We still have here your reinforced concrete on the walls. Just there's so much texture in this room. It's beautifully finished. No expenses were spared because this home was actually designed and built for end use. So another cool feature about this bedroom is you got this hanging steel side table. This is solid steel. It gives you that really cool floating effect. You see there's nothing on there. So it's really latched on to the wall. You got this nice custom-made king-size bed frame. Has a nice suede touch to it. And for just to give the illusion of a bigger space, we have this sort of sepia tinted glass. Very tastefully executed, I'd have to say. You have the sandstone here so that the whole wall is complete. So now entering into our master's walk-in closet, you'll see that there's ample space for storage, which I am always a huge fan of. The beautiful solid narra ceiling still coming from the bedroom to the walk-in closet all the way into the bathroom. We have your imported cabinetry, very, very cleanly done. This is a German brand. There's texture on the laminate, which is very nice. And of course, how can we forget Patagonia stone counter and wall all throughout. Look how elegant this is. So nice. We also have your universal outlets on both sides, so you'll never run out of charging stations if needed. And of course, with a touch of the button, you can set the mood. If you're a lady and you want to do some makeup, or if you just want to do some work here and have some dimmer light, you can customize as you please. Of course, if you want to stay here for a bit longer, we've got the aircon to cool up the room, which is also a really great touch. You can see all throughout the room, to the walk-in closet, to the bathroom, we have the solid narrow ceilings, which I am in love with. It is such a sight to see when you see this natural material being used on the ceiling. Just adds this very warm vibe that you can't just get with synthetic material. Another thing that I love about this bathroom is the use of tiles. So they didn't just use one size of tile, they used multiple different sizes, and they were able to match them all in together, which I think is a very creative way to tile. And if you can hear, we have the automated toilets, you have the automated urinal, you have the automated smart toilet as well. Very premium touch. We have this nice marble look countertop with the custom cabinetry underneath. Very well made, very well finished. So for the shower enclosure, you can see you have very generous space inside. You got the premium fixtures here, bathroom fixtures. One thing that I love about this shower and all showers that have this is the tiled in drain. It just gives a very, very clean look to your tiles when you don't have like steel coming out to drain water. So if you see that detail, this is very nice touch as well. Ample sized windows to give natural light into the bathroom so it doesn't feel like you're closed in, you're kulob. So it's very well thought out, very nicely designed, very premium in terms of finish and look. So every bedroom has its own balcony, and this master's bedroom is no different. It actually has the biggest balcony in the house. And as you can see, this is the facade of the house. It used the same sandstone block that you can see in selected spaces throughout the house. And I think it's a perfect representation of how this house is built. Now, this sandstone block for me represents like strength. And how this house is built, you know, it's really fitting because it's a fitting material to use to what we call a forever home. So just to recap what we just went through. So upstairs, we have the 3 bedrooms, we have that common area in the middle, and we have that aircon storage space. Down here, you have this beautiful living area that flows naturally into your dining room with this beautiful Patagonia wall and the open kitchen layout. So you can see that this home was really built for end use. You can see it clearly in the selection of materials and the attention to detail that went into how everything was finished. So if you see yourself living in a house that's built to last and ultra premium and one of a kind, please hit us up. We're happy to give you a tour of the house. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.